defense. It will be going Aviator Games. First, no tricky, let's go to dining or library here for the moment. So we'll see how that goes for them. As this is the standard site to defend, the better site. And this is, I mean, it's up to them to lose this. They're just going to have to be smart about it.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
See how they can do that. They're going to be bringing the dock, interestingly enough. They'll play some of those long angles along with the ACOG. I got to imagine that's going to be on Hyena as well.
Probably 3 ACOGs, actually, when you look at the fact that Slash is on the Kaid. So there's lots of long-range damage that can be done here. Rexon on the roam. Factor will likely roam on the dock too, as that's how dock is played in the current meta. You might even have him down at 90 with a bit of staying power because those stim pistols can keep you upright. It's very difficult to headshot him when you play the way that teams do at 90 around the pillar. And then it also prevents any hard destruction from going up against the vault wall. Slash's perspective, he just exited the vault there, so you see that the one wall, which I will likely imagine our spectator will zoom in on at some point just to give you a good idea of what it looks like. Rek is only bringing a single hard breacher, despite despite all 3 of them being available, and 2 of them sometimes being common on Villa. It depends. There are certain teams, especially in North America, that will run a Maverick and then something, or even just a Thermite Hibana just for added, I guess, peace of mind, depending on what site.
Useful redundancy. I mean, they work a little bit differently, but both of them can open walls, and you generally need to open walls on a lot of sites on a lot of maps. Coastline being one exception. Usually, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, Coastline the one exception, but this one, yeah. I mean, Maverick was definitely a big favorite at first for this map. You know, when he was introduced, seems to have fallen off a little bit. A lot of people favoring Hibana or Thermite, depending on which site you're fighting and how you're trying to open those walls. But good on Vertical, getting all the way in here, taking over Astronomy, just trying to push from behind here, taking over a trophy as well. Rexon just backing up his teammate Factor downstairs here. This is a little bit of an extra roam play, but question is, do they know where the players actually are playing at? Or are they just looking to keep the floor clear? He's not sure how much intel they actually have. Rexon hoping for a free pick and not getting one either. Looking like Reciprocity just getting all the map control they want for free, assuming that the 2 players downstairs don't come up just right behind them.
You can't control those main stairs when you're attacking Aviator Games. Things can go south for you very, very quickly. In this instance, it's going to be incumbent upon the 2 players down below, as you mentioned. And if there's no roam clear that's been done from Reciprocity, which I would be surprised with, given the way that Rek's been playing so far, well, that could prove to be quite a problem. Evil Eye taken out at the top of the main stairs, or at least disabled for the time being. The Kaid and Nyx will do some damage, but as you can see, Hyena's knocked the camera looking skyward, so it can't be disabled quite as easily. Also, it looked like Nyx was on 1 HP, but he'll be reset now. Extend the Maestro cam window, 1 minute left, and Rek have taken out just an Evil Eye, that's it. Doc's head spotted by Vertical, but for some reason he doesn't land the shots. He'll let Foxay do it instead. Try to stay alive in order for them to be able to open up the vault. He's riding alongside Foxay, and it sounds like there's an impact that's going to go up. And now another round of X-Kairos. Wow. The Kaid Electroclaw will actually do better with that impact. This is going to be a major challenge. If Foxay can drop down a grenade, there it goes. Sophia self-stun and Reciprocity. They struggle mightily to open up that 1 vault panel. They've done so, but they don't have any more hard destruction that seems to be readily available. And that's going to be the problem. Still, you got the Kaid playing inside a vault, and if Foxay doesn't see it, well, they're just going to get mowed down. Just as Hyena did. And another for him as he picks up 2 to start off map number 1. Say goodbye to Nyx, as well as Retro. Vertical's dropped as he takes down Factor. Finished off by Doodle. This is a good hold for the time being by Luminosity. They only need 1 more to finish. And it's Foxay with the diffuser. He'll creep up to the Toxic Canister. He just waits. Why not? You're not going anywhere, you're not getting in there, and you're not getting out alive. First round's going to go to Luminosity here on Villa.
Definitely a lot of it due to that vault wall defense. You saw how much effort was being made by Reciprocity to open up that vault wall. The fact that it was denied as long as it was and really forced a lot of utility. That and the Maestro cam at the top of the stairs, just those kind of missteps from Reciprocity in terms of trying to get sort of checklist done, just burned a lot of time and also burned a lot of utility. Left Reciprocity a tough spot to be able to actually make that push happen. It was well played by the LG, and they also just didn't overextend themselves. I mean, yes, they had the 2 roamers. The 2 roamers seemed to be able to get away with their play because they didn't really run into members of Reciprocity in opportune times. So overall, I mean, good on Luminosity, just playing that smarter. Now they've got to go to a different bomb site, though. This one can be a little bit harder to play as turtled up as Aviator Games because you've got sort of a split site. with a big kind of skylight in the middle between Trophy and Statuary. And then, of course, you've got to deal with Astronomy and Master Bedroom being two areas you really have to hold off pretty well. And if you can't, it becomes a lot more difficult to defend the site. Of course, we saw how much of a struggle it was to open a wall when they were able to impact Trick it well. So we could see a similar situation here, unless if my eyes don't deceive me, they actually left the wall soft in the Master Bedroom and opened up some holes in it, though, which is definitely very interesting. So apparently Luminosity is one of the strongest Villas defense teams in the tournament. That might have been part of their stats earlier, why we saw they win so often on it just being really good at defense.
If a team is winning 76% of your defenses on Villa, you're looking at a 6-round split. You're winning 4-2, maybe 5-1, depending on how good your matches are. Because you're gonna have worse matches, you're gonna have better matches. So yeah, that's pretty standard. I feel like on Villa, even though there are certain teams that seem to excel more on attack. There's certain operators you can bring that make Villa much easier to attack. We see Doka be played an awful lot. Gridlock can be utilized. Nomad, of course, really strong, though she's banned. Same with YKato, who's also banned. So I think those were smart choices by both Rek and Luminosity to take out two very powerful operators that are in the meta when it comes to the way that Villa works. It was a slow attack from Rek, and they got caught up on that one vault wall, but they're going to get a good start this time by taking down none other than Factor, who was down below being supported by Rexen. I don't know if there was support this time or not, but it's not enough to help out the Mozzie at all.
It's a good early kill too, is that it looks like that would probably be their only C4 available. Also, of course, if he'd captured any drones, could have moved them around. Now can't do that. Of course, they can still provide a little bit of intel depending on where they're facing. But that's a great early pick, I think. I mean, the next best thing would have been the Maestro, but Rexen does manage to get one back onto the Thatcher. Hopefully they didn't need any of those EMPs, because it's certainly not going to have them now. So he gets caught off guard, trying to, I think, enter into study here.
Extremely aggressive from Rexen. He's got a lot of confidence, but it pays off on the Retro as Foxa's dropped from Slash as well. So two very, very fast pieces of action for Luminosity. I don't know if Vertical has any information as to where the remaining members of Luminosity are, but he's going to make an awful lot of noise, and he's almost in the sights of Rexen. And you're dead. So it's all Laxing in a 4v1. 3 kills for Rexen, and Laxing's going to do what he does best. He's just going to sit down there, and they're going to talk. So the final 40 seconds or so will be Reciprocity getting everything in order, and essentially a timeout here. We've seen Rek do this quite an awful lot. And with Diffuser miles away, Laxing knows that it's unwinnable, so 2-0 for Luminosity. Give time for both Nyx and Foxa to discuss things while Laxing just sits. What do you think was the big thing for that round in particular between Luminosity and Rek?
Rexen, for sure. It's just catching them off guard with their pants down. I think Luminosity are doing a great job reading into where the attack's coming from, and you got to blame some of the droning. Just their inability to anticipate these defenders, players like Rex, to be able to play positions like that. I think they're taking certain parts of the map for granted. They're thinking, there's not going to be anyone here, I can walk in here. Or, hey, we don't need a drone here, we're droning other parts of the map. And they're not controlling areas. They're not getting in, taking map control, and holding off rotates. Now, obviously, there's a lot of rotates on this map. This is actually a fairly big map in terms of, rotatability. Obviously, you don't get a lot of people down in the very far basement, but it's still a decent map for roamers to be able to play around it. And just the inability for Reciprocity to control.
なんでこいつ毎回バンされるんだよ。オペレーターが一時的に使用不可。お前もうバグの温床だね。はい。献身ムーブライスアップだって。結果にコミットする。ワーホール。こいつ絶対日本人じゃないでしょ。え、日本人なの？どう読むの？ワッフル。ワッフルか。ワッフルってそんな綴りなのか。
爆弾を守れ。
全然わかんないけど。
入まで突入まで5秒。
いい眺めでしょ。
爆弾の見張りを強化しろ。敵部隊はディフューザーを持っている。
この眺めね。
カメラ準備よ。優先線をセット。
リロードする。
ロコセット。イーグルウェイをセットした。
やばい、やっちゃった。
敵部隊が爆弾を発見。守れ。味方はあと1人。
そのタイミングか。
気をつけろ。敵部隊が爆弾を見つけた。
いや、しゃあない。
ミッション失敗。味方がやられた。
しゃあなくはないけど、まあまあまあしゃあない。いやー、やってしまったな。最初にダウンしたのが一番ダメだったね。もう一回いけるでしょ。一回やったらいけるっしょ。まあ分かってるからね。もう俺のせいで武器庫側に味方集めちゃったから3人も。だからもう俺がダウンしなければまあなんとかなってたと思う。だからまあ今のは俺が悪いね。ちょっと味方には申し訳ないことをしてしまった。
爆弾を確保しろ。
壁を補強。
敵部隊が爆弾を発見。攻撃に備えろ。新しいマガジンを使う。あと10秒。
さあよく見て。
敵部隊が爆弾を発見。交戦に備えろ。
ごめんなさい。
デバイスは有効だ。
え、ないの補強ないの。
デバイスをセット。
2回使ったね。 そこか。キャラコンだな。
味方オペレーターは最後の一人だ。
キャラコンがかすぎるな。キャラコンがかすぎる。やばい。
味方がやられた。
どうしようかな。まあしゃあねえか。いや、突き上げされるのはしょうがないんだよな。まあただ
爆弾を守れ。
ちょっと準備フェーズにできることあるよな。
壁は大丈夫よ。マガジンを交換する。いい眺めでしょ。
あと10秒。あと5秒。敵部隊に爆弾を解除されるのを阻止しろ。餌をまくわ。壁を補強する。ここは敵の支配下だ。すぐに離れろ。敵部隊が爆弾を発見。どうすべきか分かってるな。残り15秒。敵部隊が1人残っている。敵部隊を排除。ミッション成功。
とりあえず1ラウンドでも取れてよかったな。危ねえ。
ドローンを使って爆弾を探せ。
3立てはまずいからな。うわ、やば。ルイのして
突
強い。
入まで10秒。あと5秒。今回の目的は爆弾の発見と解除だ。
怖いんだよな、ここ行くの。落ちた。最悪。
ディフューザーを失った。
フリーだ
ディフューザーを
と思った。
取り戻した。
やらかしたな。そうか、さすがにまだ詰めて途中だったか。当たり前だよな。うわあ。
ディフューザーを落とした。
いやー申し訳ない。
味方チームがやられた。
いやー申し訳ねえ、マジで。申し訳なさがもう急上昇だね。高角度で上昇中だ。いやーやっちまったな、マジで。いやあ、間違えた。すまない。すまない、本当に。次どこだ？じゃあ一応さっちゃ持ってくか。なんかあれだな。
ドローンを使って爆弾を探せ。
でもこのマスやっぱいいな。神間だ、神間。なんで今行ったんだ、ルミノシティ。絶対行かなくてよかったっしょ。
入まで10秒。
なんかピークして負けてんの辛いな。
突入まで5秒。
あ、5-0だからか。だから積極的なんだ。
爆弾を発見して解除するんだ。ディフューザーを取り戻せ。ディフューザー確保。
どうするこれ。
爆弾を見つけた。
開いてないよね。
قد يتم احتجاز أو حبس من لا يمتثل لتوجيهات حرس الحدود أو الأمن.爆弾が見つかった。
そこか。よし、とりあえず愛知ナイス。
敵部隊を制圧。こちらの勝利だ。
次もしたかな。じゃあ一緒でいっか。
爆弾を見つけろ。突入まで10秒。
わあ惜しいな。
突入5秒前。爆弾を発見して解除するんだ。
多分さっきのエントリーバレてないと思うんだよね。 うわ怖っ。
ブリーチングチャージを設置。
何この穴。今いたよな。いた。
爆弾を。ドローン準備完了。電子機器を潰す。爆弾を見つけた。
فلتترك جميع الأبيعة خلفك وستكون قادرا على استعادة ممتلكاتك من ممتلك جمالك. For your safety, you need to evacuate the building. Leave all luggage behind. You will be able to obtain your medical attention from customs agents, border control agents. لسلامتك تحتاج إلى إخلاء المبنى فلتترك جميع الأبيعة خلفك. إذا كنت غير قادر على التحرك.
15秒。ディフューザーを取り戻せ。10秒前。ディフューザー確保。5秒。
ナイス。
敵部隊排除。ミッション完了だ。
ミラいるかな。でもミラ以外にやるもんがないんだよな。ミラ行こう。
エリアを確保し爆弾を守れ。敵部隊が爆弾を発見。しっかり守れ。5秒。敵部隊が爆弾を発見。交戦に備えろ。
カメラ準備よ。LED セット。敵を待つ。
こいつ。わかんない、全然エントリールートがわかんない。溜まりすぎやなとは思ってんけど俺の位置的に帰れないんだよね、下に。
ミッション失敗。味方が制圧された。
帰りたかったけど帰りたかったけど、まあさっちゃうかな。2階でしょ、なかなか難しいと思うんだよね。
爆弾を見つけろ。10秒後に突入。5秒。
リアクションしてくんね
今回の目的は爆弾の発見と解除だ。
やべ、屋上まで行っちゃった。どこだよこれよしよしよし。ね、なるほど。
爆弾を発見した。残り1人。味方オペレーターはあと1人だ。爆弾を見つけた。15秒。10秒。爆弾解除を開始。ディフューザーを守れ。
危ねえ、怖かった。そんな近くにいると思わなかった。 下だと思ってた、完全に。怖っ。真ん前にいたし。いや、てっきり小部屋から下に降りて突き上げかって思ったけど、違ったわ。そんなリスキーなことしないよなとはちょっと感じたけど、でもねえマグネットシステムを試してみる価値はある気がすんよな。ああ、有志だったな、これ。ほら。いや、ミスったな。なんで俺ニトロゼレにしたんだ。100% 有志鉄線でよかった。
爆弾を確保しろ。
うわ、US ナショナルズ、フリーズしてんじゃん。最悪だな。
爆弾の位置がバレた。しっかり備えろ。
クソゲーだ、マジ。今時ありえないよな。
窓を補強。あと10秒。
上でよかった。取れねえか。取れる。
残り5秒。爆弾が敵部隊に発見された。
怖い怖い怖い。俺の意思伝わった。
15秒。あと10秒。敵部隊が爆弾を発見した。時間切れだ。
当たんないんかい。
practice a few things on it, but right now they just look so discombobulated, not really knowing what they're supposed to do. Nobody's doing anything effective on attack. On defense, they're starting to crawl back, but like I said, all the pressure is on them. So there really isn't a lot of opportunity for them to just kind of like think, oh, maybe I should make this play. If they're saying maybe in their mind, they're not going to do it, and that could be a missed opportunity.
Yeah. You also have to consider what we see. Of course, you have 3 of the last 4 rounds going in Reciprocity's favor. So close of a chance for Luminosity, of course, to walk away with that. But I want to throw back to somebody that you talked about at the beginning of the day with Laxing. We made the comparison when we were looking at him versus Slash and the fact that he isn't making these open frags because his job, point in a direction and wait for people. Has that play style allowed them to find difficulties in this second map?
No, not at all. Luminosity, they slowed their gameplay down so much, especially when they were on defense. Slash Hug pretty much dominated Reciprocity. We saw the master bedroom push when he was hiding in bathroom and they jumped through the window and closet.
That was Rexon. When he...
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
Rexon
was hiding.
Sorry about that. Yeah. And Slash Hug, he did a really good holding steady as well, getting the peaks for the 1 kills. And it was really, really good. Luminosity, can they keep with this kind of heat if they go to a 3rd map? That's going to be the biggest question for me.
Well, you also have to think about football. We talk about the topic of icing the kicker. And the momentum that Luminosity had has been stopped with Reciprocity, of course, winning the last 3 of the 4. Now with a tactical timeout, does that reset the momentum or does that allow Luminosity to keep pushing themselves forward?
I think Luminosity is going to stick to their game plan because all the pressure is still on Rec no matter what. Regardless of how much time either team has, Luminosity still has a cushion of rounds. They could still lose the next round and still be on match point and have all the pressure still on Rec. So also, I think the icing is really happening to Rec.
Yeah, that's a really scary position to be in, though. If you're on match point, you're not able to secure that win. Every loss you get, and they start to get closer to take it to overtime 6-6. I mean, each loss is going to hit that much harder. You don't want to get to that point.
But if you're Luminosity and you have 1 round left to go, now that you find yourselves having this large chunk of time where you don't have to worry about anything, what do you come into with this next round? How do you ensure that sometime between now and the next 3 rounds, you walk away and get the one that you need?
I say just keep playing the way you are. Play patient. Let them come to you and wait for them to make a mistake.
Right. Read into their play style of what they've been doing in the last few defensive rounds and just try to either counter it directly or just play more patiently and just stick to the basics. We talked about Luminosity not sticking to the basics on the first map. And this map, they've been sticking to the basics, and they've also been doing a lot of shield play. You know, like their deployable shield placements have been, you know, impeccable.
Yeah.
Always in very I don't want to call it obscure locations, but definitely in locations that they're not typically seen, and they eat up attacker utility and delay the Reciprocity attack. But now that they're on attack themselves, they just need to try to get into Reciprocity's head, and I think that's why they're picking ops like Jackal, Lion, Dokkaebi.
All right, well then, you know what? Let's look forward a little bit. If this does end up going in Luminosity favor and we are forced to go to a map 3 on border, what does that mean for Reciprocity as far as the momentum that they had and quite obviously being stopped?
There's so many times we see teams go to the 3rd map, and everything you saw in the past really isn't going to carry over to the 3rd map. So, I mean, that's pretty much it.
I think this is just a bad map for Reciprocity.
ミラーを選んだものの実際どうすればいい
We'll just see
の
a
か
more
あまり
experienced
よく分かって
Reciprocity
いない。
team on a map that they've been playing on since competitors have been around.
I mean, this is Reciprocity's map, though. They decided to go with this. They had plenty of other options. Why would they go to a map that they're uncomfortable with?
This is a new team.
これひどいな。
Pick up 2 players and you change up the
こ
role.
こやばいでしょ。
There's a lot of role changes.
キャッスル
A
貼っ
lot
た方
of
が良さ
laxing
そう
on
だ。
Echo the first map. Over here, you're playing a lot more
で、多分
differently.
ここに1枚キル貼るのが正解だと思う。
Because your team is stacked, doesn't mean
敵部隊が爆弾を発見
Yeah, so a
守
lot
る
of
んだ
times roster changes, even if just one person can alter the way that a team plays on a map. It could have been their best map for the longest time, and then they change one person, and now it's their worst map. We've seen it in the past for multiple teams. This isn't anything new in terms of, you know, the way teams change, the way their map pools differ.
All right, well, we're done. We're ready to rock and roll. It's back into the map we go. That's going to do it for us in the analyst corner. We're going to kick it back to Enzo and Intero.
Thank you so very much. And we're in game now. Still match point for Luminosity. Nothing has changed. As the analyst said, they want to get it done with. They want to get under their skin. That's what you see the Lion or Dokkaebi or Jackal or whatever's going to come out.
They still have to pick the same op, so he's doing the same 6.
Yep. Of course. That's correct.
Getting out of that echo there.
ドアを封鎖
Defenders,
So,
protect your bombs from being
we'll see. I mean,
defused by
Laxing at least will be immune to the phone calls, so there is that. But it's a far cry from having any kind of real advantage here. But the Echo and the Maestro
やべやべやべ
combined
めっ
now
ちゃついてた
often
なんかうっせえなと思ったらえどっから撃ってんのこれ
敵部隊が爆弾を発見守れ味方オペレーターは最後の一人だ
ですよね
ミッション失敗
でもこれでビラルミノシティが負けたら結構やばいよな普通に1回が強いんじゃないの今のメタって知らんけどさまあ動くべきだったかな今の俺がわかんないんだよね全然ほとんどプレイしないからさ
エリアを確保し爆弾を守れ
ここなんだまた2回やるの
もうグレネードの心配はいらない
ここは閉めるのか
カメラフィード作動中ADS をセットする
なんだこれ全然わかんねえなこれつけとくか
突入まで10秒5秒
そうした
爆弾の位置はバレていない
リロード
わかんないな俺
楽しくなりそうね
敵部隊が爆弾を発見どうすべきか分かってるな
有刺鉄線
ドアの安全を確保
敵オペレーターが1人残っている。
リロードする。援護。
こちらの勝利だ。敵は排除した。
ああ、これ1回だな。そう、1回なんで、確か。あ、こっちか。全然わかんねえや。全然わからん。何しようかな。キャッスルとか使ってみるか。
爆弾を守れ。
なるほど。まあ、ここは閉めるよな。なるほど。なるほど。
10秒前。
ここの入りは結構めんどくさいな。
残り5秒。敵部隊はまだ爆弾を発見していない。
あとはどうしようかな。
デバイスは有効だ。
扉は安全だ。
デバイスを設置した。
これで OK。文字通り城にしたったわ。ここからどう戦うかは知らない。本当にわかんないよね、これね。この盾どうなの逃げても見えるやん。微妙じゃね。まあ最悪使うくらい。
うちの可愛いのは準備できてる。
これ邪魔なんだけど
気をつけろ。敵部隊が爆弾を見つけた。
いかんでいかんでいかん。ナイス。
敵オペレーターが1人残っている。敵部隊を排除。ミッション成功だ。
むずっこのマップむずすぎでしょ。全然わかんないんだけどなんなんこれ。 サーマイトなのかな。わからない。とりあえず味方についていこう。リワーク
ドローンを使って爆弾を探せ。
そんなに変わってないのかもしらんけど、そもそもカフェっていうマップはよくわからない。ここら辺は割と前と一緒なのかな。あ、でもなんか階段とかなくなってんのか、割と。で、ここが海外線のビップみたいな感じだよな。基本的にはここからラペって感じなんだろうけど、ラペリングはあんまり好きじゃない。
あと5秒。爆弾の地点に移動して解除しろ。
わからん。全然わからん。どれだ？カメラもどこにあるかわかんねや。あ、こっちが建物。で、ここはないのか。俺が行きたいのはこうか。
マガジンを変える。
で、ここら辺にあるのか。はいはいはい。で、この上からキルしに来ると。
ドローンが出てるぞ。
ドローン準備よし。
ドローン発進。
入れづら。なんか構造的に入れづらい。で、あ、ここから入るのか。はいはい。
ショックドローンを使う。敵を発見。2階よ。
こいつがシュート
味方オペレーターはあと1人。10秒。敵オペレーターはあと1人だ。ディフューザーを落とした。味方が制圧された。
もう一回割り食いけるかな。多分割るとこがめちゃくちゃ多いんだよね。なんで2人割り食がいても多分問題ない。よし。まだ全然いけるね。まあボムの位置が分かればだけど、ボムの位置がね分からない。 エントリールートとか全然わかんないんだよね。どうすればいいの？どこなんだ盆は。1階なのか2階なのか。
10秒後に突入。
2階っぽい。
5秒。
とりあえずは適当に
爆弾を発見して解除しろ。
待って、こっちだな。でそこにカメラがあると。で俺はあっちに行かないとダメなのか。あ、なるほど。
爆弾を発見した。
わかりづれえな。あれ？待てよ。どこ終わればいいんだ？ここか。
爆弾を見つけた。
と
ディフューザーを落とした。味方オペレーターはどこに？
わからね
制圧された。
え。わからん全然。わからねえよ。うわ、レシプロやべえな。流れ変わってんじゃん、完全に。わからなさすぎる。人数よりは全く取れん。これで足音全然聞こえてないんだろうな。聞こえないんだろうな。
爆弾を見つけろ。
聞きたくても。レシプロめちゃくちゃ追い上げてるな。
10秒後に突入。突入まで5秒。爆弾を発見して解除しろ。
壊されたからいるわ。なんで死ぬの？
ディフューザーを落とした。ディフューザーを確保した。
リロードするぞ。ドローンの準備が完了した。
爆弾を発見した。
新しいドアを作るとしよう。これ今セット完了。バカでかい穴が開くぞ。クラスターチャージ作動中。
爆弾を見つけた。
クラスターチャージを起爆する。
残り15秒。10秒。残り5秒。敵は残り1人。味方は残り1人だ。ディフューザーを取り戻せ。味方がやられた。
マジか。足音聞けよ。マジか。いや普通に勝てる試合だったな。もっとプレミをなくせばなんとかなるな。いや終わっとくか。ここで終わっとこう。よし。